Yeah, I want to say all praises and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kodash. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all our brothers and out here pushes short. In all sincerity and in all honesty, this is a brother from James Jamaica camp. I'm Yashamai.
Ashar and Ash.
Now I want to do my video right now on these weakers and body we're living in right now, because right now we're living in this society right now and we are under the curses Heavenly Father put upon us as a nation, and a lot of things we're going through right now in this society. But the kingdom to come, where we depend on the Lord basically and hope, and pray, and basically put in the work, for basically receive. We know that all these things that we are going through right now are become a thing of the past. You see, because right now we in this body, and Scripture said, the flesh lusts against the spirit. And the body where the Lord Yahushai, the man who be ignorant called Jesus, are given to us. That be a perfect body, because guess what? The spirit and the flesh are going to work in one accord. And like now, with a constant battle.
This is Jude 1 verse 6. Can you say? And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he had reserved in chains, in everlasting chains, and the darkness.
In the everlasting chains of darkness, talking about his body.
Unto the judgment.
Go back to the Greek word desmond, which basically means ligament. These bodies here, these weak-ass bodies, these sickly bodies, or we basically dwelling right now. This is a prison house. So that's what the scripture said. The angel leave the first estate, was cast down into the chains of everlasting darkness. Go on.
Yes, you say, unto the judgment of the great day.
Go on.
Right?
You finish? Galatians. Go on.
Galatians 5 verse 17.
Go on.
For the flesh lusted against the spirit.
So the flesh lusts against the spirit. It's a constant battle within us, because you want to do the right thing, just like even Paul said to you. Even Paul said the thing where you basically do, you do it not. You can't bring it out, brother, and then go back to that?
Because your body, your flesh subjected to sin.
Can.
Right? The only thing your flesh can come up with is wickedness. Right? That's why it's a constant battle, because the spirit are yearn to be righteous.
Can.
Right? And the body and the flesh, right, are yearn for wickedness. So what the Akka say is that we long for the time, we wait patient for the time, when your body and your spirit are gonna be in one accord. Right? When your flesh, right, are no longer your flesh are no longer lust for unrighteousness.
Exactly.
Right, but I go lust for righteousness just like the spirit.
Exactly.
Say, Romans 7 verse 16. If then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that is good. Now then it is no more I that doeth it, but sin that dwelleth in me.
Right, he said it's no more that I that doeth it, but it's a sin that dwelleth in me. Right, because I know this is one of the reasons why we could never keep the law perfectly. Right, because we're flesh the subject to sin. Right, that's why the Lord say he make a new covenant with us. Right, that's why and the scripture is perfect, Right, that's why I say all have sinned and come short, Right, because our body was subjected unto sin. Your body was basically made to sin,
You see, for I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing.
Right.
For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not.
Right, and that is why he said to will is present with me, meaning you want to do the right thing, Right, that's why Paul said in a 1 Peter, I think at 3:21. Peter, Salad.
This is 1 Peter 3 verse 21. It said the like figure whereunto even baptism doth also now save us.
Right.
Not the putting away of the filth of the flesh,
Right.
but the answer of a good conscience.
Right. He said have the answer of a good conscience.
Done, exactly.
Right? Because your flesh is not what you do. Right? Because your flesh been doing evil. Right? That's why Paul said to will, which is the inward man, your spirit, right, is one to do good, yo. Right? So them who have a conscience towards it and direct themselves not that path to do good, right? Them are the ones where basically get grace.
Right. But
Right.
the answer of a good conscience towards Yahweh Bashemi or Shai,
Right?
yeah, by the resurrection of Yahweh Shai.
Done.
Right. You can stop your so right. So within your flesh, right? As I said, we can get it across enough. Within your flesh is the sinew, right? So the important thing is the inward man, right? Which is your conscience, right? You have something else?
Continue.
Right.
Continue Romans 7 verse 19. For the good that I do not,
Right.
but the evil which I would not,
That I do.
do. Now if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it,
Gone.
but sin that dwelleth in me.
Exactly.
Right.
Can see from here.
Done, because as I mentioned, as Aka mentioned, you know, we live in our sinful flesh. We live in a sinful flesh. You know, and the flesh constantly wants basically the wicked, the evil things. You cannot please the flesh. So people say, to be carnal mind is basically an enemy to be dead. You can't say exactly. What? Give me the Corinthians.
Right, and you know, initially we getting into this video, you know, with a talk about, you know, the kingdom to come.
Gone.
All right, and the different mindset, right, or different behavior, you know, where we're having at the kingdom versus what we have now, right? Because right over the years, so now people, we nation limited to a slavery mentality, yo. Right, and then they know nothing else apart from that.
Done.
Right, all them know is for get up, for hustle or for work, you know, for earn a living. Right, all them used to worry about things like bills, you know, who you owe money. Right, you know, if your body's sick, right, if you're mentally sick, you know, if somebody around you is gonna die, you know, who funeral you go later, you know, that are the things we worry about in this life, yo. Right, if your woman have sleep with an next man, you know, if you look at youth safe, I go up on the road, right, them something you worry about.
Right, towards you have faggots and lesbians.
Right, you know, and then you have to worry about, you know, the whole LGBTQ community, if they will come and attack your little youth and make him start, you know.
Yeah.
Right, so them tell some of the things where in this life we're subjected to sin, yo. Right, but what I try to say is that on the other side, right, in the kingdom, we're not gonna worry about them thing here, yo. Right, because we no longer have this body, this flesh, we're subjected unto sin, but we have a flesh that is subjected unto righteousness. Right, and even things you lost after in this life, you know, you find yourself that, you know, lost after it in the kingdom, yo.
Done. And even now in the society, you know, this whole feminist movements, you know, push heavily right now in the society, and men, especially old people, so-called niggas, Latinos and Native American Indian, get beat down, you know, by Esau, Edom, and the whole feminists, you know. So really and truly in the society, you know, you look like woman short, as them say, because I want to go on. But in the kingdom, I'm not gonna be like this, yo. You know, a man basically think of take away a woman from you. And all these things, that's not gonna happen, because, you know, you're gonna have them things in abundantly. So that different mindset we're gonna have towards things, yo. And I'm like, no. You see, because East side don't put the feminist, yo, and our kingdom will be in perfect order. So everything will be in the right order, yo. So the things that we are worried about right now in this society, our people basically are wanting this society. You know, the kingdom to come, that will come like not at all. You see, two we're gonna basically receive, because living in this kingdom now, you know, you're reason about the things to come to a lot of our people. See, because our people are slaves so long and they don't know nothing about this for them living, and see, you know, going to clubs, or party and all these things, that's how them live, you know, through them daily life.
That'll be a different lifestyle.
So when I tell them about the kingdom, because they have a spiritual eye, them can't see past this, yo. But the things that them are worried about in this society, they come like nothing at all to compare to what we are going to receive in the kingdom to come. According to the scripture, scripture say what? Eyes have not seen, neither it enter into the heart of many things where Yahweh Hashem and Shai prepare for them, yo. Go on, brother.
It's a 2 Corinthians 14 verse 16.
Go on.
For which cause we faint not, but though our inward man perish, though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, read it over. Right? For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
He said our outward man perish because this flesh of sin, right, it has come to naught. Because we, over time our spirit have become a start to overpower, right, that sinful flesh, yo. Right, we get the more we get stronger in the spirit, right, at the weaker the flesh get, yo. Right, till it reach a point where we're going to change this flesh altogether.
God, very soon too.
Right, very soon. So we're going to change over altogether. We're getting new bodies, yo. Right, and with that said, you know, as brother said about how we think about things in this life, versus what we becoming in the kingdom, right? May I precept here. Mr. Start from verse 9. So 1 Corinthians 13 verse 9 says, for we know in part and we prophesy in part, but when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. He said, when I was a child, I spake as a child. Right, so we in a slavery now, we don't know better, yo. We need to know better. Right, so it's no different from a little youth. Right, you know, I put on one cape and run up and down or push it in the fire. You know, like, you understand? He was a child, so he can't think be in a little environment, yo. He go by water and one drop that kind of stuff we eat him and we drown. Right? Because in reality is small and he can't think outside that, right? Right? So he said, I understood as a child and and I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Right? So moving on to the kingdom, you know, we're going in a figurative sense, we will become men, yo. Right, and we're gonna put out childish things. And as brother say, you're not worry about if you can get a girl because you're gonna build happy women. So it's gonna change, yo. The whole ideology gonna change, yo.
Right. Woman feel like you and them on the same level.
Yeah, that's
them are gonna fit in them role and them are gonna love them role them fit in, yo. Right? Because as we are speak about them, I think all of us that exalt the men of the Heavenly Father, I think on one level, yo, right? I think say, yo, this can't get no better, or the reality is this way, right? When women them going in the kingdom and be subjected, right? Not equal, when them be subjected, them are gonna love it, yo, right? Because we are gonna dwell in righteousness, right?
Right? You know, listen, in the kingdom, you're not going to think about things where you think about now. Right? You're not going to force you to accomplish things where you're forced to accomplish now. You're going to have different goals and different things you achieve.
Alright. Say, this is Philippians 3 verse 20. For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, who shall change our vile bodies.
Who shall change our vile body? So the Lord Yahushua come change our vile body. According to the scripture now, Corinthians says, you know, in a twinkling of an eye, we shall all be changed. So you're going to change out his weak ass flesh. Go on.
We shall change our vile bodies, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body.
Like fashion like what? It is his glorious body.
According to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself.
Exactly. Right. So you'll get new bodies. Is it because the life what we're living in right now in this society, you know, and all the things that we go through, you know, as a nation, you know, that kind of curve your mindset to basically think towards certain things. So we have a different mindset towards things in the kingdom. Because this affliction and all these things that we go through, you know, bring us in our state, you know, a low state. But in the kingdom to come, we're going to receive back it. We receive it all, or we lose. Just like Job. No, for example, there'll be sons of God all over again. But people say, we are gods. What?
So back to 2 Corinthians 4,
Verse 16.
verse 16.
What?
For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish,
But oh, what can you remember?
yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
The inward man, which is the spirit, renewed day by day. Say, I'll go back to the scripture we read earlier on, in Galatians. You have the flesh, lusted against the spirit, and the spirit lusted against the flesh.
Right, say, for our light affliction,
Go on.
which is but for a moment, were for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Right? While we look not at the things which are
Because
seen,
when I look upon us right now, because I don't think this society can compare to, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemel shall give unto us.
in the kingdom we are get a Bugatti. No, yo, we are going to fly. We are going to have chariots, yo. Right? Say, for the things which are seen are temporal.
Everything we are looking upon right now is temporal. Even these weak ass bodies are basically dwelling right now. It's
Right.
temporal.
But
What?
the things which are not seen are eternal.
Things which are not seen is eternal.
I get a good body here. Right? Come.
No, me,
Galatians 5:17.
Come. Galatians 5 verse 17.
Go on.
For the flesh lusted against the spirit,
Flesh lusted
And-
against the spirit. Go on.
and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary, the one to the other,
Go on.
so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Go on.
But if ye be led of the spirit,
Go on.
ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, right? Which these are adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, right? And, right. So these are actually some of the things where the flesh go towards it,
Go on.
right?
Breaking the laws of the Heavenly Father,
Go on.
basically. Josh,
no, me never more.
give me right.
Ezekiel 36 verse
24.
24.
Right?
For I will take you from among the Eden.
So the Heavenly Father, through His Son Yahushua, going to basically take us from among this Eden, from among all these Eden nation, or people basically dwelling among, starting with the elect, on this side. Go on.
And gather you out of all countries,
Get us from all countries scattered, according to the curse, Deuteronomy 28 and 64. So the Heavenly Father has scattered us from one end of the earth even to the other end. And there people that could basically serve other gods, even wood and stone.
and will bring you into your own land.
Bring us back in our land, Israel.
Right? The land where we now go pay tax for you.
Go on.
Right? You say, then will I sprinkle clean water upon you,
Go on.
and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness,
Go on.
and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh,
Go on. Say, Heavenly Father, say, man, take away the stone out of our flesh. Go on.
and I will give you an heart of flesh, and I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgment and do them.
Go on, exactly.
Right? So everything I go cooperate here, right? The mind with the body, right? Not thinking about being things here, right? Some small things where you can see in this world, right? Whether a truck or a company or a business, right? If you own a house where you go pay tax on you, in the kingdom we are going to be entitled to a piece of land, right? We are going to be entitled to own even rivers here.
We're
Who
gonna
can own a river in
God, last when we are part of the elect, we're going to receive even planets out there.
Can.
People say, in my father's house are many mansions.
Right?
So hopefully, if we continue to work, we're going to receive even planet. So it's a small thing compared to the Heavenly Father going to give us. So if we continue to work, until the end. Finish? So with that, I say all praises and honor to Yahweh, Shemel, Shaiba, Shema, Pakadash. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Man Stone. Shalom to all our brothers and more here push his truth in all sincerity and all honesty. Shalom.
So,